Third time lucky. We're on. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the nutrition industry, so kind of who you've trained with and your route in.
Okay, well, nutrition has always been a passion of mine. I've always been interested in it. And I had the opportunity when I took a bit of a career break a few years back to retrain. And so I was really delighted to be able to get into a world-renowned course called Mac Nutrition Uni, which is just amazing. So so I was able to retrain and finally, do something that I really love and really enjoy. So yeah, that's where it started.
Well, and that's kind of obviously your your personal nutrition background or kind of experience along with that has kind of shaped your nutrition philosophy, I suppose. What kind of philosophy do you, or what approach do you take?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was such a light bulb moment for me learning about nutrition and quite life-changing. So I was, determined to be able to help people do that as well. And my main kind of ethos around it is changing the way people's relationship with food and, educating people about the right ways of nutrition. I mean, there's so much out there in the media and there's so much pseudoscience and myths and all that kind of thing. And I remember being stuck in that trap of not knowing what to believe and going down the latest fad diet route and not understanding it really. So my aim is to help people, understand nutrition, help them with their relationship with food, to get rid of the good bad mindset, change behavior change as well. And good nutrition isn't just about what you eat, it's how you think about food. It's not even just about food, it's about movement and sleep and so many other aspects that come into it. So so I like to focus on not just what you're eating, but habits and general mindset and just the way that you think about food. For me, particularly, it was life-changing. And I do find with people, that a lot of them come to me with that good bad mindset. And it's not always about, when we talk about diets and dieting, I mean, everybody has a diet. And some people want to maybe have a diet that enables them to lose body fat or gain weight or gain muscle, but I think in the end, what's important is that people want to improve their health, and losing weight can be an outcome of that. But along the way, they're developing habits and behavior change around different aspects of their nutrition. Yeah, that's a long-winded thing to say, but yeah.
Good summary. It's a good summary. So there's no kind of real, I mean, I know the answer to this. Your approach isn't kind of based around anything particularly specific. You kind of base, it's almost habits and behaviors around the person and kind of build not even a diet plan, but a nutrition kind of guide around their lifestyle, around what they're after. Would that be right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no one way fits everybody, which is why I don't believe in these kind of cookie cutter meal plan things. Here, follow this meal plan, that's fine, because everybody's different and everybody needs a different approach, and what works for you might not work for the next person. So it's important to take all aspects of somebody's lifestyle and their current habits and work with them that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, do you see any kind of common trends in nutrition where people tend to go wrong? I know we could go down probably more of a rant than a rabbit hole on kind of January detoxes and that kind of thing, but is there anything?
All the time. I think people tend to want to always cut things out. Like they want to cut out food groups, they want to cut out sugar, whereas I think what's better to focus on is adding things back in, adding more vegetables, adding more protein, adding more, movement, things like that. But and also people have this, like I was talking about before, the good bad mindset. They focus on the things that they think is bad for them, and whereas I think what's important is to find balance in your diet, really. The good old 80-20 rule. All foods Food is food, you know, there's no good or bad foods, and all foods can be part of a balanced diet. It's just learning to manage that balance. So yeah, you do find, and again, it's down to educating people about a healthy diet, and it doesn't mean that you have to cut out carbs or cut out sugar or alcohol or anything like that. It's just learning to manage it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You would it be fair to say you think kind of it's almost rigidity in a following a diet or something very specific can cause that kind of like an on or off mindset? You're either on it and you're following it strictly and, you know, completely to the letter, or you're off it and, you know, all hell breaks loose. You know, you're eating donuts for breakfast, which, you know, I've been partial to. Yeah, you still can do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like the all or nothing mentality. And I know I've talked to you about before about the dimmer switch, is that, you know, when things are great and you're feeling good, you can dial that dimmer, that switch up, and you can be doing everything right. But you don't, it's like not always being on and off plan. You know, you need to just have a balance there. Some days are going to be better than others. But it's the people that, you know, have these strict diets, and they go on, particularly January is a good example, they go on a strict diet for January, or they go on some, you know, juice fast or whatever they're doing, and then go back to normal eating. And it's just tends to kind of perpetuate that yo-yo dieting cycle. Whereas what's important to learn is, again, it's boring, but balance, you know? So you're not always on plan or off plan, or on a diet and off a diet. It's just part of your lifestyle. And, you know, I think a lot of people think that they have to overhaul their whole diet all at once. And that's where building habits comes in, and behavior change. It's just starting small. You know, you may just say you want to be a little bit more active. You don't have to then go and kill it in the gym 7 days a week. You can just start by moving a bit more, you know, going for 10-15 minute walk every day. Or with your diet, you can just start by adding a few more vegetables in. And when you've kind of got that nailed, move on to something else. And this can take weeks and weeks. And that's why I think people, it's not as sexy, is it? When it's like,
doesn't sell as well, does it?
No, it doesn't. When it's, you know, 7 pounds in 7 days kind of advertising that you get. It's not, but it's sustainable, and it's long term if you do it, you know, in a habit change way.
Yeah, it's almost having that flexibility kind of year round, or like from a lifestyle point of view. But then I suppose a bit like you mentioned with the dimmer switch, having it if you have got a holiday coming up and everything kind of falls into place, you can kind of turn the dial up a little bit and maybe, you know, kind of tighten up on how many calories you're consuming, or just kind of instilling a few more habits as you feel good and you're approaching an event maybe. But then having that flexibility kind of year round that doesn't feel like you're on or off a diet, I suppose.
I mean, if we're talking about fat loss diets, then they're not meant to be long term. They're meant to be short periods of time where you dial back your nutrition a bit, you eat a little bit less so you can lose a bit of body fat, if that's your goal. They're meant to be short term, but the aim is to kind of maintain your ideal body weight. And maintaining doesn't mean the exact same body weight for the rest of your life, because that never happens, and it's not meant to happen. But the aim is to learn to live at your ideal body weight. So
Bro, thank you very much. Bro, so if people want to find out a little bit more about your philosophy, kind of how you do things, I know we spoke about this before we started recording. You're a fan of writing as opposed to speaking in front of camera a little bit more.
I'm way better when I write things down than
and you've got, you know, blog posts and all sorts going on. Where's the best place to find it? I
have a Facebook page called Kiwi Nutritionist, and you can find that under my name, Sarah Bennett, on Facebook. I'm also on your website if you need to find me.
Brilliant, excellent. So I think, like with some of the other coaches from the gym, we'll see what questions we get back from these, and then kind of compile a bit of a Q&A kind of thing for the next video.
Okay, brilliant. Sounds good.
So we'll speak to you soon.
All right, cheers.